y'all. Today's PSA is continuing my series on the red flags that you may see while you're out here dating. Today's red flags start with people who think that they're busy is more important than you're busy. I literally have 4 jobs, and when I'm not in court, in one of 2 of the courts that I serve, then I am on a plane headed to a conference to either speak or learn or a little of both, or I'm on a webinar. I'm creating a PowerPoint for a webinar that I have to teach, or I have to be on a Zoom meeting, or I have to be in an in-person meeting, or I have to actually teach a webinar. There's a plethora of things that I have to do to encompass who I am professionally. It's just a lot going on and a lot of different moving parts to my professional life. So when I take the time to figure out my schedule and to find time to spend time with someone, but then he negates the busyness of my busy and wants to one up my busy with his busy, I'm not going to try to also figure out where I fit into your schedule. Your schedule is your schedule, and there's nothing I can do to know your schedule as well as I know my schedule in order to fit myself into it. So if you're going to make your busy more important than my busy and you're not going to take the time to fit me into your schedule, you and your schedule can get on a greased pole and go straight to hell with gasoline draws on. Okay, let's do that. The next type of red flag you'll see out there is someone who has more than 2 baby mamas. Now, I understand that relationships break up and things happen, but when you're out here making multiple families in different areas, it just doesn't bode well for several reasons. One of those reasons would be the fact that you're out here haphazardly having sex without protection. I have a closet room and a suitcase change out room and an office in my home. I do not want a nursery in my home. I'm not raising your child. If that mother becomes unwilling or unable to raise that child, that's my baby. And the devil is a lie. I'm not going to be having no babies at my age. And the last red flag I'm going to give you today is some people who are really overly protective of their phone. I'm not the kind of person that goes through somebody else's phone. When my child was in high school, I didn't go through his phone. I would tell him, open that phone and hand it to me. And I would take it in my room and I would sit it on my nightstand face down and let it sit there for 2 or 3 hours just to let him sweat and wonder whether or not I was going through his phone. But I have never actually gone through his phone. The only time I've ever gone through a phone is when I had to for work to make a determination with regard to something legally. Other than that, I don't believe in going through people's phones. I think that is one of the worst, most horrific invasions of privacy there is. If you don't trust the person you're with, go be with somebody that you can trust. But if you got to go through somebody's phone in order to try to figure out what's going on with them, then that ain't your man. He belongs to the streets. This has been a public service announcement.